everyone, it is Tuesday, March 22nd, and welcome to Odds Wizard, where we bet for fun by betting together. Last night we had 3 great picks. The games were really tight for the most part. We hit our over, which was great. The hockey game, we didn't hit the over like we wanted, but it was still a really good game if you watched it. Super close, super physical. And the other NBA game, we got hosed. Players sat out that we did not expect to sit out. And that's one of the things I'm starting to take into account the next few weeks when I'm making my picks, is that the NBA and the NHL are really close to playoff time. So a lot of these top teams are going to be resting their starters, trying to get them healthy for when it really matters in the playoffs. So like last night, we were covering the Nets game, and you had Harden and you had Harden sit out and Embiid both sit out last night, which was crazy. Their 2 top stars suddenly out, and we made our pick yesterday morning. And that's the thing. I get up, I research this at 6 in the morning before a lot of the injury news comes out or who's sitting out. So I'm going to be very careful over the next couple weeks in which games I pick. And you should too. You should follow along. If you're making these picks later in the day and you have more information, like those 2 are sitting out, probably don't bet on the Nets or on the 76ers. So yeah, it was really frustrating last night to get that news kind of late, which changes our picks. But like I said, we are going to adjust the next couple weeks. And to be fair, that's going to make the playoffs that much better. Betting on playoff basketball is the most fun because the games are so much more competitive. The guys give it their all much more than they do in the regular season since so many teams make the playoffs. So be ready for that when the NBA playoffs come, to really, really dig into those games because they're going to be so much better than they are in the regular season. Speaking of, we've got one NBA pick tonight that's one of our quickies, a little race to 15 points, and then we've got 2 NHL picks tonight. The NHL is getting close to playoff time too. They don't rest as many starters. Hockey players tend to be a little bit tougher than NBA players and want to push through. So that's what we've got tonight, including one crazy prop pick. Try saying that fast 10 times. That's a lot of fun for me because you only have to watch the last 10 minutes of the game. But I'm going to start with our straight-up winner. I'm going to take the Lightning over the Carolina Hurricanes. That's at 7 o'clock tonight. It's on ESPN+. It's the only game we're picking straight up tonight, and it's by far the best NHL game. It's 2 of the top teams. Both have been struggling lately. The Lightning have started to turn it around. Both made big changes at the trade deadline to get better, and both these teams are going to compete for the cup like they have the last couple seasons. So this is the game you want to watch if you watch a full NHL game tonight. Carolina, despite being one of the best teams in hockey, has lost 4 straight games, and they really, really need to turn it around. You don't want to have that momentum going into the playoffs, whereas the Lightning were on that path, and then they won 2 of their last 3. So, I mean, they're starting to swing back up. Like I said, it is by far the game of the night, and I want to see how these teams play with their new players. They both made acquisitions at the trade deadline, and I want to see how they gel with the team, because that's going to impact how we cover them when they do make the playoffs, is how these new additions fit in with the team chemistry, the team style. A lot of times you can make a big addition, and in the end, it doesn't do as well as what you got rid of just because it's not a good fit. So that's one of the things we want to watch for in this game tonight. Our second NHL pick, it's one of the weird ones. It is purely a pick of luck, not skill, but it's fun, and that's what we're about here at Odds Wizards, making fun picks. We're going to take the Blues at the Capitals, even number goals. And the odds on that are plus 190, which is, you think, okay, odd or even, why is it not 50-50? Here's why. Last night, there were 4 NHL games. All of them ended up on odd goals. The night before, there were 6 NHL games. It was 50-50. So because of the way that overtime works, it's more likely if it goes to overtime, it's going to end up in an odd number of goals, which is why there's such plus odds on the evens. So, for example, if we're tied 3-3, the final score is going to be 4-3 one way or another. So if it's tied at regulation, it's going to end up at an odd number. It's guaranteed. So that's one of the reasons that these are plus odds. But it's fun. The whole point of this is to follow the last 10 minutes of the game. Both these teams are good teams. They are not great teams. Neither of them made huge additions at the trade deadline to get better. Neither of them are probably going to compete for the cup unless they get really hot or have a goalie stand on their head, which you can see in hockey playoffs. But yeah, both are going to make the playoffs. I don't think either can win the cup, but it's still going to be a fun game to watch, and we only have to tune in for the last 10 minutes to see if the even number hits. which makes this quick and a quick pick, fun to get in and out of, and not too distracting if we're watching the other NHL game or the NBA game we have tonight. Okay, so Blues and Capitals, even number of goals. Weird pick, coin flip, but still fun. Our last pick, it's our quickie pick. It's my favorite kind of bet to make. It's by far the most fun because it's so fast-paced, and you're in and you're out really quick. We're going to take the race to 15, the Bulls over the Bucks, and that's at plus 120. That game is tonight. It's at 8 o'clock, so this should be over by 8:20. DeRozan and Levine are back healthy for the Bulls, so that gives them a big leg up. Again, we don't know if they're going to play. We talked about this. Those two have been pretty unhealthy for most of the season. The Bulls could decide to rest them this afternoon. I don't blame them with the playoffs coming up because these are both really good, high-quality playoff teams with a shot at winning the East. But because with the healthy scratches, you never know what's going to happen. The Bulls have lost 7 of their last 10. They were one of the best teams in the NBA until the last couple weeks. I'm not sure what's happened. They are healthy, and somehow they started losing. Same thing happened with Golden State. They finally got healthy, and they were losing. So I don't understand how teams missing stars, when they get them back, suddenly start losing. But nonetheless, this should still be a really, really good game. These teams are 1 and 2 in the same division, so they know each other very, very, very well. And like I said, this is going to be in and out, first to 15 points. This can swing really quick. The other night we saw one where the team went up 8-0, and then still we're not the first to 10. So you're, like I said, it's just an adrenaline rush. That's what these kind of picks are. It's just pure adrenaline watching that first to 15 points. If you take all of our picks tonight and you throw them in the cauldron, our odds are plus 1144, plus 1144. Longest odds for the cauldron. We have 2 coin flips in here. I highly suggest you don't do the cauldron. I mean, it's basically, can I hit 2 coin flips, or basically 3 coin flips, because they're really close matchups across the board in all 3 of these. To recap our picks for tonight, our first pick is the Lightning over the Hurricanes. Our second pick is the Blues at the Capitals, even number of total goals. And the last one is our quickie. It's the race to 15, Bulls over the Bucks. If you haven't yet followed us on Twitter, go ahead and follow along. I tweeted out a little bit last night as the games went on. Like I said, I was really disappointed when I saw the news about the injuries last night on who wasn't playing. But tonight, hopefully we avoided that with these picks, because no matter who's healthy or who's not, these picks should perform. So we're going to be talking about it there. If you're not following us on Facebook yet, follow us on Facebook. Comment on the YouTube video. Anything you can to get involved. That's what this is about. It's not about winning a ton of money. This is about us finding 3 games that are fun to watch. All right? Either way, have a great Tuesday. Good luck with your bets, and we will see you all tomorrow.